His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Ghanaians have absolute confidence in the leadership of President Mahama.
The Ghana for Namu Wabrasuno, and Yanunti, and a Ghana for a Tuaba.
And then to Mubofu, some Mahama buy a betting tax to Ghana for Mubofu Mabuno, Mahama buy e-levy, Mubofu, Mahama buy COVID-19 tax Mubofu, and Anunama Ghana for Bofnana.
Obi Oye presidential candidate. Who got wrong? You didn't speak about economy. And a digital. Still, any other election.
Yen summer phone you know koba ebium emra jumadi so as usual. Misani abshapani kavu so domi era shia. And summer ekoso o my ganemu. Yedini nyina egu fom ama ahwefo eno achino ya biebie nsem na abshapani kavu so domi. Edi nsem no ho nkomo ensem bebre. And a free president His Excellency John Dramani Mahama aseye eba afeso ukopiem ewo Kpandai constituency a rerun election eba be baso ewo enenam so ama NDC ama rekona ni abrese sa seat no wombeje esa de aka wo majority no NPP ama rekona so se dabi wo ntiase wo nya sa seat nim emfa ma NDC ama rekona so se me no kasei enkomo bebre erefi ho eba enwachi honorable Kennedy akompeko Agyapong so erinsem bebre aba be tudwa afa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia economy on kan wasem no abusua ensem be tudwa no akoto ensem bebre aba kwekwa ne be wuram no afeni akokotie ensem a ori tudwa no achi no ye be biebie mu na edimu nkomo baransa na abusua ye be wuram ensem no because when ensem fro bi ne aboabo no a ye ba be di ho nkomo baransa na no ai wodi afo bubefu mi kakra but mesrai fo yenkonkotie we mra unse ye o December mu ye ba be di bronya na ebi mu se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama betena konwa no so no wasesa oman na ma oman ni ekoyie enti this time bronya ye ba be die no enema so atete ti ama ehiafo nyina ni age ai MPP fo so se dabi the way Ghana fo si kire wo mo no wo mu bi da ti se no beto dwa no ana Ghana fo bisa question bebre se fa na Ghana fo ho kire wo mo quick one yenkotie we mraketo abi se da be betumi agina so na ye de adi enkomo quick one abusua we de mesrem yentie we mra.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I don't think Ghanaians gave you that mandate to experience what we are experiencing now. Papa, respectfully, we respect you as our president. But no credit say, the Ghana for Namu Wabre Suno, and Yanunti, and a Ghana for a two of them. And I won't want to ano, and yet the enemy, and come on, and I win a dear. And yes, Uncle Moy, and I win a dear. Me ya show that ote wonka kra bi kire say ye to obama the ebeto to ye nia and Ghana for bi and
campaign of deck
and amanyo semunti kinda ko so ato amount
sanity
say that me jitum say binim to obama MPP a nye MPP modern bo pa no MPP ndo to obama no but there are a section of Ghanaian people so munim say the ebefa mu nei and the ebefa mu a papa enkomu to obama for
go be campaign of deck.
And so, as the minority has said, so Omodie, Omunya a destructive minority. Ye nyano, and yet the airpe, and they say, Obebre, and that's what my neighbor.
Debbie.
Anthony Pecum and the Mram, and the Maba, what to be the show and some, and misbehave with Cromano. I know Yash. Yenina, Yajumayam. There will be a day or time you might stumble.
When you
be free, also, I'm walking a betiamra. But deliberately, Nipper did to me so and some ranch and about who say, oh, Mama, your quota abba. It's no more to hell with the rule of law. To hell with the law that will apprehend them. No, Papa, a jitty bonnet at the mouth. I didn't bonnet at the mouth. Now, say ya Ghana for near NCC, our Wabreson, and one Ghana for new so what two about the mouth.
Okay, I'm sure, Mr. Right. Mamma Kwaba, Major Swim. Oh, anybody see you? Baransana, Oberan Semimono. We are Basobody. 300K subscribers are. YouTube for Erebrawo. Na you want YouTube for Sumaye into from US. Unko US da, but touch it. So what's wrong? What feel US near man? Auntie, where award Cassia YouTube for Abra Brighter Media. T ever phone you say.
Can't wait for 1 million subscribers. No,
1 million you ever reach it. 30 seconds per kit to be. Father have was.
You better have a phone. You see the brighter there be America. O shata de betena ha
30 seconds
efa microphone de betena ha yi no senya odo no okotoni data na ode abehwe wo a de obebi aye useless and odo a wo de hwe onhwe keke na wasa subscribe no en na mo do 100 no enti ye de aseda chenchenche ne de mo nyankopon hira wo mo na de obia enam brighter wahwe no won hye na nemu simple.
Yami shop I fire. Oh my yami shop na bronya nsu ebedi.
It tells you so say ye adwuma.
Oh yeah pa.
Because so benya 100 a year 1,000 subscribers no. So better no jimi a onhwe. I was so kasa with fat. Yeah. I was so speaking with fat.
Yeah, sure de na yeah no. Different from others.
Oh yeah.
Because others no omo de nsem no ba be gugu ho. Emfa say omo blogging. Omo de nsem no gu ho ma no ma gya hoko. But here the nsem no gu a na ye bie nsem no na ayefo atiase. Enu ti na ayefo e ma omo de pay asem.
Simple. Yanya 100%. Edru baby and bia na niema bi nko yi.
Say me bom pay ama o. Say US award if free buy yi. Na mba ya dom na be kwakọ pie mu ho. UK wan. Fans are begging.
Anya sam ketwa. Na sam ti UK anka se nka sam nka na bibia. But we know nyankopon ne yeda nase. Na se da chenchenchen nyina nkoma yahwefo. Omo ya ade ama na bro so dodo. Mesrem se momoden. Ne nyina ye nsan try. Ne enreche 1 million.
Quick one, young rum and some NPP before and in coma woman D. I once in your went in your two Abama John Dramani Mahama. And Yama ACC woman security and some dear Coso Adriana Boy D. Woman the Tariana why? Na minim sai to Philippi.
The right time I mention ya phobium. Na mensan na masibim. Na menyo obi akese. Ohine ba na nesi edu. Me nua panyini, me senior e wo adwuma num, me former editor no.
Amanfo se enkeni se ohine ba asaba betena radio so say disankomo wi. Amanfo se samrin because ohine ba asemo quota ye didinde because on the ka say election date no yasesa no. NDC for beto mu de later but de edi ka kwakoto no NPP de ti amanfo se ohine ba kra no because samre ya te no
omo kasa asem no me no omo ya adwen efise o misinform or misleading or the fake news about bonting and ye nyina ye nim Ghana mra no misinformation misleading and fake news the etime de ba enti ote ho me no omo kan nyina ya adwen but afei renin sam na wode atopono so no be say me taking two sides ne yedi ho nkomo na yehwe me take bad side no kakra na mahwe oyini ba kasa no wakan sam a ekoso wo Ghana prempren John Dramani mama mamu so a ofiri se enkoyie na ma Ghana fo anu wo mo so wo to abade ma no ere wo boya na ohwe ba bia wo kono a wo ka de akwakosi na no court a ebeto odwa se yese court ama nipa bitimamufo akọ o ama judges na adwane ama nipa o mo de ne court no wo makoyi no ewo ho the matter obie ni wa okasa John Dramani mama amamu yi mu no ene me ekoyie 100%. Nobody and wakasa and me cry so be kaya matena haka so wo bom modern pa but mess security aspect no and wo ma inkin kom yie pa e wo hono but the matter is it the first time obi court na wo sai court nchicha ya ekoso ana we were here data 13 esi wo kuma say came court ama judge no 100 meters I think say ye de no Olympics game ko win gold medal de maye and the first time ebesi e wona na dan kwakufu ado amamuomu de ama ohene ba ene me kasa asem we di ate no enka me nkasa sometimes so ye bold and obetra no ne journalist ne eye sa commentary we and the fact na ekoso kuma se kia me court no any atrocities ne atutu asemo eye the first day ye so na dan kwakufu ado in and ni na nka bruce no won Jubilee House wa soja fo e won mo koche ya wo mo bru wo mo ne ade ebi nsida see ya so man panyini bi in na sa ne ma ne koso that time no ohini ba no da so ye journalist empo that time mpo de yam se na oni untumi but me hu so otimi nya akokoduro no eye bold enough etina radio so e pass commentary the fast tem se ne wo kan yi ho e ho wanye that shows how coward he is and they dey won say e ya ban bi na wo wa freedom of speech
propaganda
what they buy propaganda na all the akasa e dey ato on mo na dey tie ne say enye the first time nobody is entertaining this meme so enti ye besa ban say no dey won hwe but the breaker Ghana for bofu. Ghana for nti mo bofu say ene mu kodi bronya na ye beti petrol so ana. Mo bofu se mu kodi bronya emo na mo di kodi na ebo na aba fom ana. Ghana for mo bofu se na me ne mo ka say the big push ekwan ya ekoso ewo other regions no me ade no mo bofu ana. Ghana for nti mo bofu so ba santemantemo a wuka ya na region minister no odi mirika no okwa na and me no ka say Castle Bridge say won na dan kwa kufu ado preso ukwa Ashanti region wa ma hyase omoye Ghana fo nti mu buofu se ne ukona ukoto fuara utimi twanya bebre na odi gu botomu ana Ghana fo buofu se ene mo mampanyini on corporate position bia there was a time and na dan kwa kufu ado corporate position omoto aba omodi tia no but enne no yesu eduru ECOWAS so African Union was woman no mu yi nipa de ba 2027 wo mo se wo bie no no be contest eti mu buofu se ya se mo mampanyini ni monyam se ana Ghana fo mu buofu se a whole king of Ife what free a year mampanyini na what the kingship dibra adiaton so because o ye unifier mu buofu ana Ghana fo mu buofu se ene no wo ba course university a ne first year no mampanyini wa ba se o first aka ni nyina no Ghana fo mu buofu ana Ghana fo mu buofu se ne mampanyini ba ye yie no o se o besi new regions na dan kwa kufa na create ye but one for regional hospital anhyem no wa hyase a wo be ye ho adwuma Ghana fo mu buofu ana metimi aka kwa Maria men sorry
time Ghana fo bu fu ye I from 2021 2022 2023 2024 na Ghana fo bu fu ye but enye 2025
na onim dia ye metan kra so say na sa ga bi wo honom ya fia ho adwen wie dada why na ka che say wo sa ga we wo to abade ma adwondo ama ni mama wa fa ho adwen me kra de ma fa ho adwen why na ka che say lady nso no to abade ma NDC enti na adwen no offense wo fa ho adwen nya ne ya wo to mu fo no fa ho adwen but some of us na yete wo man ni mu a yenim se de niema sikoso se de niema bo se den se de petrol semtimi affect bibia even condom no and then to buofu se Mahama buy betting tax ti Ghana for buofu mabunu Mahama buy e-levy buofu Mahama buy COVID-19 tax buofu ai
na de otabro chirekwa no de otabro chirekwa no o sende de ma de aba Ghana ha ebedu ai port we say ai covid 11 tax and ye fi so
the better na me no ka say there are some businessmen o mo kraka o be dia dance dia cho say in fact dia na ekoso port on me bi atwam no and ne wo matete ne ma so kakra e dia ma wo mo ho enti eno na ama Ghana fo bofu na and the businessmen na wo di dwa no wonim sesidi no agina ne na so agina branea enhihim te surface no wo da ho ne atum no enti businessman no ne bofu ana the better ye ka say inflation swati a the better inflation no ya na de sote na sidi ni nya wode sa ne ba but ayetitu ni se ebe me sidi na gina brane anya se e bi inflation ni so seti ya no na every 17 na me no ka say exchange rate no aba 11 no doesn't mean say eniema so beti se ehu eno no nya the main purpose na mom the main purpose ne say e ma wu sika ni nya wode gina ne na so enhihimu na emadwede ye stable na ejina ne naso eno the main botaye and so we botaye we are gonna achieve for the past 1 year ni the better employee na ukoto ade a wote say yatutum rough bosome atum
2024 ye wumi
the better me say me eyewitness am koto ade me to anwa me to no me yi mobile money aba me ba me ka chem say yata atum na say me nko fie me dran so pu yanim ana me di ando na no awie na me sika nso na me yi mobile money ma me ba ya wo se da bi the mentor there was a time I would draw to ade na kwa aba na shop na nafa sir oh me na minim oh mate grandpa cho mo ni say anya 1 million bi ye ko 1.5 there was a time at this way now and you know Ghana for ben wo so mo buofu no Ghana for mo buofu ni nyina wo mo mpensom enokura nya 38.2% ni nyina o some of the 38.2% wo mo NPP for no wo mo no mo buofu NPP ni mapabia na o ye businessman no ye Ghana ni a wo Ghana ho do woni mondi brata I am telling you if not politics obi enu an bubefu da because there are some businessmen or more NPP more. There are some individuals. NPP from my university nibi. Now you are bad time. Then never co university. Now about first year no. Since can't have university first year 1 cent and then your base 6,000. Then na abandon so for 6,000 no. For two bottom. Now so bufwa. Minim Ghana for
Where the wara.
Etimensi wa hineba. Aya some of us no. Mama yenya no kre. Anya se ba bia ye TNT. Aya adwuma ni nti. Enti na me ne muntimi mpoa me. Muntimi nkyira me menye. E wo hono mo. Etimensi wa hineba. We de wagwa. Nti mo nko okra. Because when your first time judge bi dwane. We kra de wanwane. By kuma say hi aye ka me court de. Wo tumirika wo ba. Tumirika sa. Data 13. Ya hu de kokosi.
Quick one. Yenyina we so na yentie samu a Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ko Japan e de atudwa na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia NPP for na yo ntimi nka uzo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ebe vice president no economy enti de digina so to abama na na do Kufuor because na Kufuor ka say ono no be any part but ebe economy side na Bawumia na ebe abeye ene ye ni gene ye kwoto abama om ebe si na Bawumia nka economy ne ho asem Honorable Kennedy atudwa ama no quick one yentimra
Yankofo no woman need message woman ko is to destroy other candidates me woman di aye me woman di aye Brian woman di aye Irene woman ko candidate di e fin ni no but wo be ka kire say wo betumi build Ghana economy now you work $1 to 4 cedis now you free so now 17.5 or 4 now be ka kire say Kennedy Agyapong kasa wo kai Obi Oye presidential candidate. Who got wrong? You didn't speak about economy. And a digital. Mufestiane mami. Still, any other election. Who got lose here? Now you are going to attribute it to Kennedy Agyapong.
Okay, Yabusha.
Writer.
Say clear.
Debia no na mepe honest politician. Asem. Kennedy Agyapong aye one of the politicians me pen asem Ghana.
But no can say no. Na man for bi so ntiase
dabi say no dia me ne ya adwen pa baby aye na me ne Kennedy Agyapong nya adwen ane say o stupid low na bia na wano afia so as nega we bodam ni we no na bia oni no yiyie no e ho na ya na me hate Kennedy Agyapong but apart from that so we in a political career anyhow o si carry no fa na o kan some the fa politics one the better o ya NPP ni but say ponchi NPP ono ni the only person tini nya kodro ponchi NPP mo so o ponchi NPP
wadim komo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia inwura
hwe asema wo kan yi
economy
disa wo a wo mpe no kore na wo chiri no kore and na obetan Kennedy Agyapong asema wo kan the better that was the time sidi na ya hata the word ye twi hata no na dan Kufuor do hie mukina and na dan Kufuor defining the role of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia our campaign platform so ama ye hui aside that no Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia na so be hie mukina ama no so be kire ni role mu ama ye hui what no to nchen ya Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia yere Samira Bawumia ebe kire the role of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia mu eho and obenemu ni kunu se woye economic wizard and Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia fan so and say obema ye hu the economic management team what this for so say what a solid team and another Kufuor the mountain on stage you know or say and untin makofa branch and the free Bank of Ghana the number see the name why hata no sad time no na ya little over 2 cities one man wo me ye and famayen the writer and the Kennedy say wow we had ya no dru and what di bi mouse ginamam the writer what we had ya no dru no the mouse no one from so be no aye and no kre say wo mo be first city no a little over 3.8 and a wo mu so de no na e call 17 and 17 da na me bi saw city na call 17 da na and it's a call 17 da dia why am from so ana anya no kre say economic management team no jom training our team wo aye the economic wizard and adwuma wo ye school wo ko ya do so kosua ye economics and your friend said doctor of economics no anya ona no ye jom training ana na anya no kre say ye ne peso and exchange rate ehurihuri ye say na ntwina ma ye che ho na ye dia be ye die hu ana anya ne peso ana emma inflation aye basa wo Ghana ha wasn't no ne peso anya ne peso ana faith the doctor of economics ye edu ba bia ni hu ne biem na afi wo bobo posters e wo dan wa wo kire address a ye nim se eno no e communications minister esro usu na so ye one wo so bobo signboard wo na wo kire ba bia nipa de be kofie ni ade eno no a enu baby na economic wizard one wo kire toilet a wo besie no wo bisa won ne a obedware enya sa was it not true and to send some Canadian Agyapong kan ye no na I was surprised say asara adressafo egwedina simpie ni apaso na asa or your headmistress and a school for bi ne gunanim hwe dimina na ode kasa any dimina na ode bi sa question Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia one na no your finance minister hwe e chen say asara adressafo na dwimu ha and na kai baye so be kana no atum if that what multi page no gina so so shase so kase no kwasem ni I am telling you there are a lot of people na come back to Abadiama Bawumia wa matwe wo de afro because there are just afun sama wo kanyina na yetro hwe de Bawumia ayi e fa se Kennedy kan di brighter bibia dia danse sabotaging wo mo de wo Bawumia de ba ye no e Ghana economy Ghana sikasem and it was NPP peso and Ghana sikasem ye basa and untina na meka no say I am surprised say from 17 to 11 now hene betimi nya ukodro betina radio so no ka se Ghana fo boafu mampanyini a wo mbeto abade atia no wo ma fo mo adwen dada ani na efan na akoye usove no efan na akoye nhwemu no efan na akote sansem no Ghana ni bepa no ba ye obeka asasem we wo de kire wo my those Ghanaians my own data no se ne sitie enti Canadian Agyapong de ya se wotan kodro anu aye ni America papa no e woni sinto e woni politics ma wo ye en na brabo a wo bumu but e can say obi a wo ye honest politician e wo Ghana hanma I am telling you unyi entimi nyi Canadian Agyapong famfiri mu asam no sane tie no pepepe en wo de atoso na akyinye ene mfunso bia ne ho e wo
na obi a MPP election MPP for say so mo de Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ba obetumi awe ni election no fala e de amomo. But then, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia could election 2028. Any message and walk selling.
That is my problem. The last time Okaya me bisao say, finance minister be ready budget we a check. Can Bawumia de no beka? And me try make emphatic statement, categorical statement say, samimini NDC fwa. Na sa nyame adum 31st no. MPP kotwa be wie. Na Bawumia no mo yi no a. Ka mesre. Say how na idusu Julius Debranum and after Johnson said in Katian my yatis or mo person mo kono kapati nim fra mo ntnase na ko mo nse wo mo no mo nyimufua no me running mate emfama to forcing na yenhwe Ghana will only based on economy
can NDC where they can NDC kwa mo nya campaign
say NDC 4% wo mo continue no mo really no mo ye na start to force it me kura finance ministry nim say ya ade akodu 2028 na indeed se nyame ya dom na January 31st MPP to aba no mo de ma Bawumia mesre NDC for wo mo nya sade we no mo nhwe because at the end of the day no ye be jira platform so platform na ye be jira no ye be kasa dia fa economy ho ye be kasa dia fa inflation ho ye be kasa dia fa exchange rate ho ye be kasa dia fa petrol ho ye be kasa dia fa bibia e mo my Ghana sikasam ni ye enti ye the records ni be tudwa Bawumia penso na jina say atofa so penso na jina say and will Bawumia have that moral right so be mount on stage na watimi speaking against Ghana economy e ya atofa so and leading na right now mrebi na Bawumia symposiums lectures awodo from university churches to political platforms all yeah economic to ahemfo man boy university asante national traditional cancer transia ye obi a wom lawyers wom economists wom doctors wom but ye when we see you speaking we can clearly see that you are such an honorable man economist that you papa ugu ni pen ma support I want me anya hwe enti Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia de media me no I'm not prophet of doom but I'm telling you say ato forcing NDC John Mahama for now kakra na ye hu no enema nya 100% said make no and let me state it again enema nya 100% enya sa na ye pese kwa nimu a so for now kakra kura no wo mkoso kura mu sa 2028 the brighter e bi kura na nya ato forcing so o mo de wo ekura kwa flag bearer e de ma NDC na se eye Bawumia na ebedi MPP anima eye fala e de ma NDC
quick one Kpandai constituency e oguru na NDC ani abre MPP so ani abre NDC for di nkomo bi yan komra ne koba ye wo ensem bi wo Kpandai ne nkomo bi ho a ye ba be di ne wache Mustafa Gbande ade nsema tudwa se NDC airway ni na de NDC airway ni sa seat no ai ye diemra ye koba be di nkomo.
Yes, how are you receiving the news from Musa Dankwa in relation to what's happening in Kpandai?
Oh, basically, we have always entertained and received intellectual and scholar works to guide our political discourse. And I think Musa Dankwa and his work have been one that, for a few years now have guided political parties, except those who do not want to learn. And so we will continue to be guided by it. But I do know that the election will be dominated by voter education, sensitization on government policy, and reasons why someone should vote one way or the other. And so I know that from now to the day that we would vote, particularly that as we stand, we do not have an MP of Kpandai. And the people of Kpandai at all times will require representation in Parliament. And also, we all know the deficits in terms of what President Akufo-Addo's government legacies have been to the people of this country. We are also seeing the light of the progress that President Mahama's regime have given this country. The NPP would have to be accounting for what have happened, particularly that Kpandai is a rural community. What has happened to the one village, one dam? The toilets that Dr. Bawumia claimed to have built in the Zongo communities. One district, one factory. What has happened to Common Fund in the 8 years of their regime? What has happened to the school blocks that they abandoned in the bushes? They would have to account, plus the national political issues, the rule of Kenoforiata, and all of the deficits. We, on the other hand, would have to tell the people what President Mahama have started, the dividends politically in the last 1 year, what Ghanaians have seen. At least the people of Kpandai would go to Christmas buying rice at a reduced cost for the first time in 9 years. 8 years of President Akufo-Addo, 1 year of President Mahama. They would see that the dollar rates have come down. In fact, one of the issues that confront us over there is to transport, farm produce to Accra. The drivers last year were having to buy fuel at a higher price or higher cost. Today, it has reduced drastically. All of these farmers will put that into consideration. The NPP will also have to account why they have used fertilizer meant to help support farmers who have suffered drought. Why did they distribute that in election? In their campaign, all of these things have come out of it, and they were accusing themselves. So we will tell the people of Kpandai all of these stories. Umaru, you are also aware that politically, NPP's relevance in Parliament is not really as it has to be. Because when it even comes to lawmaking, they are minimal and their relevance is not actually needed. Laws can be made. When it comes to business of Parliament, even if they decide they won't go to Parliament, Parliament can still carry on business. What it means is that Ghanaians have absolute confidence in the leadership of President Mahama. They have absolute confidence in the leadership of the NDC. That is why we've held 2 separate elections post 2024 December. And the NDC have had to win all of those seats. Again, if the courts and institutions of the Republic do not punish the NPP and their appointees for the wrongs they have committed, Ghanaians will demonstrate same when they are given any opportunity at a voting center to express their displeasure. And that will reflect in Kpandai. It's unfortunate that my brother Martin Yendam, he may be a good man, but he is a victim of a bad political party and a bad government. Be it as it may, there are 2 concumbents. And we have had to select one who will lead the people of Kpandai in Parliament with a high political dividend assurance into their constituency. And of course, you know that it is my brother Insala who will be closer to government, who as an actor of development can participate more than if, Matthew led that constituency. Honorable, the former MP who died, you remember him, who is there for a longer time, Honorable Lepalmo. he led Kpandai on a traditional political support base, where he was intervening in the life of the people, small. Honorable Martin Yindam and President Akufo-Addo and their party went there and lied to the people that they could give them heaven and earth. And so Palmer was old. They should give Matthew, who is relatively younger, an opportunity. They gave him an opportunity. After 4 years, they didn't see anything, even when they were in government, and voted him out. Even as we were in opposition, Nsala was the MP. We knew that they utilized the influence of, my brother Nitiwil from Bimbila to interfere in that election. And we went to court and we have won. So, for me, in the coming days, we'll be able to overturn the verdict of the polls to make it, scientifically established. And the NDC is going to win that seat, by all means.
But Musa's track record is known and respected, and he has proven that he knows his stuff. If he says that you are trailing, then it means you are trailing based on the historical facts.
He didn't say we are trailing. He didn't say we are trailing.
46%. 46% against 50%.
No, he's not trailing. What he said is that the preliminary response of his polls suggests that, our brother Matthew of the NPP is leading by 0.4. We have some few days to go, 2-3 weeks. That is why we are vigorously engaging.
So you are planning to overturn that?
We will overturn so by engaging the constituency. We will overturn so by telling our story more. The NPP is in Accra saying that they are not campaigning. They have gone there. They send their former MPs to go and do reconnaissance. They have engaged the ground. They know that they are losing. Honorable Martin knows that it's not helping him. And we know that the people of Kpandai will partner with President John Dramani Mahama, who is a son of Bole, to develop the northern part of Ghana and to develop Kpandai. At least we all know that President Mahama is not giving excuse and the reasons why he won't develop some parts of the country, as we experienced under President Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
We all know that. So we are going to partner with the people of Kpandai to develop the place. And that means that if elections were held on the 30th, as we are hoping, we will win the seat. Let no one suggest that the atmosphere there is not conducive for an election. It is not true. All that they are doing is project a certain mindset that the people of Kpandai are not ready for election. It is a peaceful community. They have coexisted, both NDC and NPP, peacefully. And so there's no trouble there. The chiefs are not siding with any candidate. They are very neutral in everything they do. But of course, they want development. So let nobody come and tell you that any chief is supporting any candidate. It is not also true.
Okay. But just before we go, I mean, we may have gone past this, but just to try and make the point, they say that the election should not have happened this period because there's an appeal pending and all of the issues around that. Do you think that if you had waited for later, your chances would be less bright than they are now because you're still enjoying the goodwill?
Be it as it may, the people of Kpandai, for no fault of the NDC, is not having a parliamentary representation now. Whatever intents and purposes, the place is an environment for campaign as it is. We have decided to go in good faith and campaign. If the NPP decide to defer, they should wait so that when the court finishes the process, so that they will come and campaign. We are not fighting them. We decided to go on campaign. They can sit in Accra and decide that they will win the election on the day of the election. We are not the same. We are not running the same race.
Very well.
We are going to win and they are going to participate in an election. We are not the same. And so we are going in there with one faith. Okay. That we are campaigning. We will speak to the people and I believe that they will listen to us.
Okay, the writer. And this you woman ya bre. Yeah, I was almost saying Jesus situa come majority no.
I was so more money bre. Oh, sir. Obi abeka sign na mo to tell no. The writer. So mo position ni we ya and more bragging rights.
But then I post abusa dan kwa de bae no. MP for no LED.
Anyame mama. The writer. A fresh one afi na aba. Midika ka kire o. Fe ye free bibi sympathy vote ni ade. Eye day a ye ranyin da mo benya bi. Oh, constituency so. And the writer, so we constituency record that the last time I promised say, and yeah, enough from sir. Me no ka say e nipa me 9 pe and omodi akonwa no from 1992 to 2024 yi nipa 9 pe na edi akonya no ho nipa a wache ye pa no NDC ni ana e friend say league player mo Kwadwo Teria oche wa akonya so pa ofiri wo no na Matthew Nyandam yi baaye Matthew Nyandam ma woni say wakwa no asaba ama o reference Daniel Nsala wapai ono betu no na osa ba biem na wabetra so ade abedine ti so ore akonya no dia abakosem no politically no NDC for seat nyindam yi ne otu bobo wura mu asa wa special person bi a omoto abetia na wokoya wasa ba biem abewini enti ubetu nyindam no ena fom sa enti NDC ehia extra energy na omo de akọ me enra de kakra bi na yanko yanim ho no so uko 1992 de nenim se NPP boycott but uko 1996 a ori ni ye no aye liplemo aye Kwadwo Teria mabo ndi wonya 18,000 votes yenre NPP ni ogina mu nya 4,000 with the intervals more than 14,000 votes and what the train no na yanko aye 2,000 the year 2000 so aye sa liplemo Kwadwo Teria ya onya 13,000 aha onza ni vote no so atie na NPP ni a wogina mu enya 1,000 ewo na say NPP appreciate eba afen yenko 2004 na yenhwe Salik Blamo ya Kwadwo Teria ya ono seri ni ye mema remfi say 1992 no eye samman wo ya na NDC de ba parliament ye na so wako 4 times ewo ho no wonya 11,000 vote NPP ni a wo ni gina mu no enya 7,000 aha no na say NPP vote no eso asate mienko 2008 na yenkohwe Liklamo ya NDC sade ne bae wonya 10,000 vote NPP ni a ogina mu edem NPP ni enya 9,000 nyacha ha no eye margin best 1,000 NDC ni no ode abiti no ewo ho afen yenko 2012 yani ataka 2012 no 2012 na yenkohwe de no so koye Matthew Nyindami eho no nya breakthrough no a oberi ni ye or the 16,000 vote and the betu ayelekla Kwadwo Teria ya a we incumbent no onu nya 13,000 yes NPP ni na betwe mu 3,000 vote yenko na yenko the next year 2016 no Matthew Nyindam ya onya 19,000 ana leklamo ya sa gina mu ma NDC a oba nani mo benya 18,000 let's 3,000 eso sate ama babeka 1,000 vote ewo yenko 2000 election no and our reference Daniel Sala wapai ejina mu ma NDC wonya 25,000 vote enu na Matthew Nyindam enya 23 na sa ha no wo the 2,000 vote na NDC ni new candidate na obaye no wo de betu Nyindam ema wo sa call back as incumbent here na yemra 2024 no ena yesa Nyindam yi eba bewi ni ye abiemu a wo sa eyi na sala yi ene ko bench ho eni so wure akonya so de mesi abobo na NDC enya one candidate a ogina mu ko more than best 8 times ene ade a okọ parliament o best 5 times ene ade ena Matthew Nyindam yi bebo wura mu e kyerese abakwase mu no eye NDC seat na mom Nyindam yi was something special bi a na won ho a enu nti na ma constituency no eto abade ma no so to remove such person no the better you need a lot of work
but NDC misro o metuma facility no
oh the better incumbent bibia favor and say the system ni sikon bibia favor any ade but so wo gina system no nko aso na ya samate petrol so enema bo aba fom inflation exchange rate any sane ma no nko de brata beto aba no be wie no besere e de afo ha go back to 2016 e de na John Dramani Mahama anye but ekoy kamikoye say NDC communicators ni entimi antone e mayiye papa amfa Maganians enu di mutintimai enu o mansa mo omani ana ho ewa abatuo no mu ene kowi akira na o mo se Ghana fo anase NPP awia wo mo a wo mo di entwo ho no so as incumbent no wan re ya enene mapa ne mframapa na ebo no wo be wo ni akoso mo na wo re fi ba komienu bi enye wo mu no na wagina no so ene wan re ya samba komienu bi na enye wo mu no ene na electric ndi begina so na o mo di ato aba e di atia wo so this is the time I also ma communicators no open up wo chire niema mu de enkoyie na officer enkoyie no they should admit it to the electorate no mu nchire mu de ntia amana basa ebia no na enkoyie no then you canvass this vote na wo mani pa hu sentia wo Nyindam yi to obama na enye ye biem because mo na mo ye incumbent say wo pempuntudwuma it is the only incumbent government here because the writer I don't think say akodru baby Samra say wo fie ho, me she bedwafo wo fie ho no. 276 candidates ni nyina no. Sika bia ba na ye nche no obi amfa nkwan puntojuma. I ne mpesua so a nobody can convince me say John Mahama ebedi kai e de ama 87 for nanza asa no akwa na MPs na won mo e ko 100 200 never obeni ka sort ni MPs no out ebi kura bibi wa anya incentive a won benya no more ache incumbent no so e developmental project ni ade a enu mom beboa ma incumbent ni mom benya na so agina ama those constituency no won mo anya ne yie pa and immediate to be frank with you no credit e ba akope me wo Kpandai a enka me nko ha me ho enko to aba mo opposition party if it's a me nyamfa so bi amfamfiri so because am epem puntu dwumantie no enka I will vote for the incumbent party but ni nyina ne begina NDC the kind of campaign be me so sa de we nya no kre yase mobra akobo NDC supporters bi omo ye campaign no yase nya no kre aha enti momme yemfa nto no na omu focus campaign no na NPP nso pese omu wi ni a omu nkyere electric no Sentia dollar no na was 17 and this be omo de aba 11 and so still I was omo to abade kire wo no wo nkire mu sentia petrol buo no wo mo peso timi kodu later 25 and 17 but NDC atimi atia me na ba 11 and 12 no wo mo nkire mu sentia omo de ne koyeye no mo fa nkire electric no no mo said this time there e bia say ne be e ko omo tima why not e bia na nyindam na obi nim ne ho do anti omo nya omo to aba man na bia na omo si ne so anya sa de a 87 no na be ka 86
Quick one, the mercy, echo, ever sababim, a cry for you now.